Hello, welcome to my channel. I'm Cynthia at Including You Journals. Today I want to create a few journal cards using crocheted flowers. Mine are from Susie at CreativeCafeGirl. Susie is what I call a junk journal creator in old school style, in that she really holds to the concept of junk journals. She uses found pieces of ephemera, and all of us do, but she uses lots of found pieces of ephemera, old envelopes, old things that, any kind of old paper that has those rough torn edges and raggedy. And her covers are not necessarily made with cardboard boxes and fabric and whatnot. You might see her covers be sewn pieces of paper together, and she stays with a true grunge style to her journals. If you haven't seen any of her videos, hop over to her YouTube channel and check out something different. She sells these marvelous crocheted flowers. Look how thin they are. They're so petite. They're so beautiful. And she even has snowflakes, and the flowers are different colors. They're not just ecru. They have beautiful fall colors, Christmas colors. She sells spring colors, and then she has just this great collection. It's not very much money, and it's really great. Her Etsy store is under her same name, Creative Cafe Girl. Try Susie out and see what you think. I love these. Well, join me as I create. And I'll start off by showing you, I started with a library card, and that's what I'm going to continue with here in front of me. But I wanted to show you initially what types of things I'm thinking about making today. So I've used tissue paper here, and a butterfly, and a piece of torn old dictionary paper, a created little label here. I've left the back plain because I like this manila color to write on, and I think that's really nice. It reminds me a lot of just a nice tea stained, coffee stained paper, like an index card. I would not put anything on the back of this either, as I am creating. And then back to the front one more time to finish off by showing this flower. Notice that Susie's flowers are different. You get 5 different flowers within your purchase from her. They're great, and they truly lie flat and do not take up a lot of room. This actually has 2 levels to it. I didn't realize that. I turned it incorrectly, but it's great. And they're so pretty. I think they just add a little something to zhuzh up what we have. And I'm going to begin today with using maybe a little bit of this dictionary paper. And I thought I would use art glitter glue, but I believe I'm going to back up to using just glue stick. I go in between these interchangeably. This paper is very thin. It's dry and brittle as an old page. I think it adds something to a card of any kind, whether it's a library card, catalog card, or we're making cards, whatnot. And I'm going to do 2 right here at the same time, just simply because I have 2 out in front of me and I can do this. All right, let's do it then. I hope you're having a great day today. The weather here has been nice in North Carolina. It is a little damp. We've had some rain, but it's been a much needed rain today. And if you didn't have to run in and out all day, it was actually a nice change of pace to have. I'm going to go back to some Rachel paper that I've showed recently in a video. I purchased a stack of Rachel's Italian papers, and I absolutely love these. Green happens to be my favorite color, so guess which paper I'm picking up again? It's going to be green. Maybe because I can't bring myself to use another page yet, but the green is what I'm reaching for here. I love this color. Green is a neutral color. Isn't that the prettiest paper? I can't believe I have paper from Italy in front of me. Paper right from Rachel's shop. Rachel did an excellent job of picking out the colors that she included, the kinds of papers that she actually included. Let's see, I don't want that edge there. Okay. Then I'm going to add, there's a little bit of purple polka dot that sort of has an ecru dot in it. I'm going to try just a touch of this. Let's see if I like that. And I believe I do. Okay. And I am using a Yoo-Hoo glue stick with what I'm working on today. Some people like it, some people don't. I go from Yoo-Hoo, and then I've put into this little bottle that I purchased from Amazon, art glitter glue. I like them both. This is easy when I'm trying to get something accomplished, and but I do like this other as well. And then I'm going to reach for a little tissue paper. Don't really want to disguise the fact that this is a library card, so I'm going to come over here a little, tear some off. I like the number at the top of that book page. I didn't want to completely cover it. Looks like I might anyway. No, there's a little stuck out there. Great. Okay. And too many colors. Maybe that was not the best choice to use purple and green, but maybe I can tie it all together with purple and green again. Let's see how that looks when we put it together. Sometimes you don't know till you try. Sometimes it's wonderful, and sometimes you wonder, what was I thinking? I believe I like that. And beauty is in the eye of the beholder. I love how there are people who say our eye needs to be able to flow. That's what I'm trying to accomplish here. Again, I don't think there's a right way or a wrong way. I think it's what you like, what looks good to you. And maybe that's why I'm not using the art glitter glue. It looks like it's stuck. We're going to keep going for the purpose of demonstrating or creating. There we go. All right. And let's see. I think this is going to be the flower to use. I'm going to stick this on initially with some Yoo-Hoo, but I will go back under that and use a little art glitter glue later on. I just want to make sure that it's stuck there so that I don't lose that while I am creating. I'll come back and show that finished product a little later. Let me just double check to make sure I'm in about the center of the screen here. Okay. What do you do while you're crafting? Do you like to put on music? Do you have other crafters on and you craft with them? Or do you just like peace and quiet? I think I sort of change in between. Sometimes it's nice to cut off everything and just have peace and quiet. Look at this green paper. I love this Italian paper. And this damask style tissue in that gray and ecru color. I like that quite a bit as well. Let me go for a larger flower, I believe, here. Again with the Yoo-hoo, just to hold that on and in place until I can glue it better. And is that enough? I think that's enough. Okay. There just looks like there needs to be a label there. Maybe I don't have the right color or the right placement yet. I'm not satisfied. Let's try again. Something a little different maybe. How about I like something in this corner, and I think that's exactly what I'm going to do. I'm just going to have it go around the top edge, or I can cut it off. And I don't see one pair of scissors. Oh yes, I do have scissors. I like that. That sort of fills that corner just a little bit there. All right. Then I brought to the table a bingo card that was really white. It's out of from a cheap white game that I purchased recently. And I just try to dull it down with a little bit of, excuse me, some distress ink there to see. And then I believe we're going to do a little more by covering. The weather the rest of the week looks great. Maybe cloudy tomorrow, maybe a little bit of sun here. Weather up into the high 60s, low 70s toward the end of the week. Sounds great to me. I can't believe we're still having that at this time of year. I'll take it. I'm not complaining. I think it's awesome. I'm gonna, excuse me. Let me see if I push that out of the middle just a little bit. I reached for as an S&H green stamp book that I have recently purchased from somewhere. I thought maybe one of these little stamps might go in that, on that bingo card. So let's see if we can add one, what that looks like, as if it were a marker in the bingo game itself. Let's try right here. I think I like that. And I'm going to have to go with a moth with some green in it to help pull that green across. I like that, I think. Let's see. Yes. Try an odd shaped little label here. I do find when I work with crafts that working in odd numbers like a 3, 5, 7 help the eye to move around the page regardless of where I have it. That's something that tends to work for me. And I say that as I'm getting ready here to add a 4th element, just because there's a lot of blank space there, and I'm going to try that. Oh, and I love the flower there. That'll be great. Okay, and there's the bingo card. I didn't cover this. It's brown. You can cover it. There's nothing wrong with covering it, but it's already ready for me to write on. I think it's fine the way that it is. I will probably leave that. I need to put a little more glue on this flower to make sure it stays until I can glue it better. And I don't want that glue in the center. There we go. Okay. And I have created some Rolodex cards. If I'm not mistaken, I saw this a while back on Rachel from Roxy Creations channel. She showed how she did this. I'll be happy to share that. But what I did do was I covered my Rolodex with dictionary paper for the sake of not having to glue and cut again. I wanted to be a little bit ahead of the game when I came to this part. And I'm going to reach back for this green paper again. Goodness, I love this paper. I can't say that enough. I really knew that I was going to like it, but I had no idea I would like it this much. It's just something that I'd wanted in my stash for a while and hadn't done. Then maybe I might go over and it might have been out of stock, but Rachel had it in at the right time, right moment for when I was looking this time, and I'm so appreciative of that. I love the Victorian era, time around the 1800s, early 1900s. I love the Renaissance period, anything to do with that. This reminds me of a little bit more of the Italianate Renaissance. I think it works well with that paper. I'm gonna try a flower here. I like that. If you'll notice, I'm trying to remember to stick the flowers toward the top. That way, if this is a card, then I can actually tuck it down into a pocket without that flower hitting at all. Or I can actually use this card itself as a pocket and the flower doesn't hurt at all. And I'm going to reach up and pull this one. Yes, I stuck the flower down underneath, but you can see how you would have to work that into a tuck spot or a pocket, a pocket, if you are putting it at the bottom of your page, or possibly just use this itself as a pocket or a tuck space that you have on a page. Would be beautiful that way as well. All right, one final one. I'm going to pull this piece of, this is nothing more than a 4x6 index card. And I'm going to turn it this way to utilize it. I think I'll go back to some tissue paper. Evidently, I need to practice talking while I'm gluing, crafting. It's so easy to be quiet. Maybe you like quiet and can tell in the comments whether you like this or whether you want someone who's doing a little bit of talking. I don't know. I don't want to bore you by talking too much. I certainly don't want to bore you by being too quiet and not having you be able to follow. Let's see, can we do this? Not sure I'm gonna like that there. But I do have an R, and I'm thinking about using this. R is, Ruby is my mom's name. I certainly would love to find a way to honor her. And excuse me while I'm reaching. Okay. And I think that one's the one that's going to work. Okay, and I'm not going to glue those down. I'm going to leave them just as they are until I can get this art glitter glue open. I didn't bring a pen with me to the table so that I can't open that, but I will show you what we have created together. Again, trying to utilize the little flowers in Susie's shop called CreativeCafeGirl. I love these. I love to use them. Again, I think it adds to the frilliness of the journal that I would like to have, especially a vintage or Victorian style, even if I'm using some botany or whatnot. Flowers, butterflies, even a little girl or a young teen. A little purple, a little green. Reds and greens on I'm a big game person. I've always loved to play games, so I really appreciate finding bingo cards or other types of cards from any kind of game, Yahtzee papers or whatnot to include in a journal. I can't always find them and don't use them in every journal, but I enjoy them simply because I love to play games. Even as an adult, I'm still the one yelling, let's play Scrabble or let's play a game. Again, I love to play Scrabble, so I keep these little wooden pieces on hand. Excuse me. This is going to be very thick if I choose to glue this on the page. I could also use a paper letter and put that on this card as well, or choose to go in a totally different direction by maybe using another type of label, and I could do that, and that works just fine. If I were going on a cover, yes, I would definitely use that, or maybe in between signatures I might use something like this, because sometimes there's a little bit of signature or space in between signatures, especially as we go closer into the journal. But I think I like this. These are the cutouts that I purchased from, and I'm just holding this up to show you how thin this actually is. It is cardstock. It's a little thicker than cardstock. I'm going to say maybe the thickness of 2 pieces of cards. I love to use these types of flowers in a journal on its own, just as a pocket. They are easy to glue down, and it makes the pocket so much more fun. And I'm just going to open a journal here and show you what I'm talking about. I would just simply glue a portion of this. Do I have it? Let's get it on screen. I'll just simply glue a portion of this on my page, and then I could come in and stick my paper as a little tuck here. These are so cute done that way. I'll have to do a video to make some of these. You can make them with your own paper. You don't have to purchase them. But I keep these on hand. I just enjoy using these in a journal in all different ways. So today I'm thinking of possibly on this actual card here. And I like that. All right. Thank you for joining me. I hope you are doing well. Hope you're having a great day. Getting a little sun. I hope you're getting a little sunshine where you are, or a little rain if you need it. Somebody may be getting some snow depending on where we are in the world. And if you are, I hope you're enjoying it and it's bringing some smiles to your faces. Have a great week, and I'll see you soon.